3, 2, 1. Never gets
All
old.
right. Zoe! You silly puppy. All right, so it is Thursday.
It is still the same day that we recorded last episode, but...
What are you talking about? We just decided to wear the exact same things and be in the exact same location.
It's not like anyone went on a trip, right?
Yeah, no, I'm probably in, what's today supposed to be? Thursday, so I'm in, actually, probably Shady Maple right now. 210 foot
JD
buffet.
Maple...
That's in a little bit north of Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
So a nice 210 foot buffet.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's just a buffet.
Yeah.
So I might have gained a few pounds, but then again, we're going to be doing some walking and hiking, so
Yeah.
it'll balance out. Anyway, so we discussed more like trade deadlines and stuff and whatnot for my video on Sunday, and now I just want to sort of like have a little bit more fun, relax, ask you some questions.
All right.
All right. So we saw earlier in the week Austin Jackson, a former Yankee, and he's been moved around all throughout his playing career, and he's had some bright spots and some down spots. He's had some highs and some lows, and sometimes those highs and lows are the exact same thing when he's catching a ball and going over the wall and still making the catch and robbing home runs. So when I came home from work, my dad was saying he was watching
What they
shows
call...
and they were saying it probably shouldn't have been a home run. Some of the people were saying like, oh, he's out of bounds. I think you make the catch, you make the catch. I don't care.
Unless your name is Jeffrey Meyer, that's a catch. As long as he makes that catch. How many home runs have we seen where the guy reaches over back into the first row of seats to haul the ball back?
Well, I think it's a matter of like in football, you got to have 2 feet in the end zone or on the field to make the catch, and the ball can be out of bounds as you're catching it, but as long as those feet are on the ground or you're having 2 points of contact. Baseball, normally those times they're up against the wall and then they're coming back down in play, but Austin Jackson went over the wall and still made the catch, or he made the catch and his feet didn't even hit the ground in the stadium. He was in the stands.
Yeah.
Or at the bullpen.
But that's as much a catch as Aaron Judge's foul. Aaron Judge's out that went into the stands earlier this year. You remember where he kind of flopped into the stands and they had to review the ball and they showed he had he had the ball and had control and everything.
Yeah.
That's if that is an out, that isn't the home run, but that Austin Jackson caught that.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. It's you catch it, you catch it.
Yeah. It's if you hold control of it.
Yeah, and I think people are starting to say that baseball might be getting a little soft by having.
It already has been soft. They don't.
Yeah, but they're getting a little.
You can't just throw the ball 4 times over the plate for first place. I mean, was it not fun when Miguel Cabrera hit a go-ahead single in the 10th inning on what was an intentional?
Or my favorites, the ball goes by and the winning run at third comes in.
Exactly. You don't.
You never know what's going to happen. Or what was it last year? Gary Sanchez almost hit one out on the intentional walk.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of talk about how pitchers are kind of like pansies in comparison to yesteryear, and I'm not saying that just from me. I've heard it from guys like John Smoltz on MLB Network and others that they worked harder. They were the guys that worked 250, 300 innings a year, including the postseason, who stayed in the game 8, 9 innings, 10 innings sometimes. They had the intentional walks. They were bulldogs, and in comparison now, that they say, oh, I just have to go 5, 6 innings, and then I just give the game over to the arms in the pen. And when they go 7 or 8 innings, it's kind of. That's why you see a lot of these arm injuries, in my opinion and a lot of other opinions, that because they're not going as long, that they're...
it's not conditioned enough.
It's not conditioned. That's why you see like the Nationals. The Nationals, they draft pitchers and then all of a sudden they all need Tommy John surgery. You see that with the Yankees right now. I said last week that Jaime Garcia's acquisition was mainly centered on the fact that Jordan Montgomery has not pitched more than 130 pro innings and will probably be shut down after 150, 160 this year.
Speaking of going only like 5 or 6 innings, which brings up a great point, sort of like what I was talking about in my video 2 weeks ago, and that's sort of with the Yankees, with the bullpen they have, and we've seen it with the Kansas City Royals in 2015, that you can win with a really good bullpen and like mediocre pitching, starting pitching, and that's sort of what the Yankees have right now. The starting pitching is either lights out or they get clobbered. And with that deep bullpen, right now I'd say you're in a pretty good mix to just sort of keep doing what you're doing, but let your pitchers sort of like eat up innings and whatnot. But once you get to the playoffs, you can do what Terry Francona was doing with Andrew Miller and just using your relievers whenever you can, because you're getting there. If I'm a starting pitcher for the Yankees and I know I only have to go 5, maybe 6 innings because I've got 6 guys behind me who can pitch multiple innings, I think I can go out there and throw my best stuff and not have to worry about only saving my arm for 8 innings because, hey, the bullpen's tired.
Yeah. Well, remember, it's
so.
even longer than that. Remember the year before, 2014, where Bruce Bochy took out his starter and put in Madison Bumgarner.
Yep.
To lock down the next few innings. That being said, you don't want to say, oh, I'm going to go only 5, 6 innings, and suddenly you're throwing the best stuff you have and say, I could do a Jack Morris and go 9 innings and save the bullpen for a whole day. And you still need to give some innings.
Yeah, no, you want to go out there and do your best, but if you want to have a mindset and say, all right, I got to get through at least just 5 innings, and then if you're still feeling good, you can keep going.
And also remember, you can't consistently rely on the same guys that were great in the regular season. I'll give you an example from 2009, and that was Phil Hughes and Jabba Chamberlain. Mm-hmm. Phil Hughes, for the whole year, was a great setup guy after he got moved out of the rotation. Yeah. Then October came in and he suddenly fell apart. Mm-hmm. And Jabba Chamberlain, who was struggling in the rotation, came in as the setup man and basically blanketed everyone in the postseason, from Minnesota to Anaheim to Philadelphia. Yep. Now that being said, that's also when the legend of David Robertson was born, coming into a bases loaded, nobody out situation and getting the side out. But it's stuff like that. Some people are different animals in the postseason, whether for good or ill.
Swisher, you've mentioned that before.
Couldn't hit a lick in the postseason.
Nope. And it's scary what the postseason can do to people. Yeah. Clayton Kershaw, David Price, those guys are so dominant in the regular season, and then it's just like, what happened to him? And although Kershaw has been getting better his last couple starts.
Yeah, although his injury means that they can't rely on him as much. That's why the Dodgers went out and got Yu Darvish.
Yeah, which I think is going to make the AL West or the NL West and the rest of the National League a little bit.
Well, it's not like we didn't know that the Dodgers were going to win the NL West. They have a 70-something record. They're going to seriously challenge the Yankees and Mariners for the best regular season.
If they play 500 ball, they're still like guaranteed 100 wins.
Yeah. They're seriously going to challenge the all-time record of 116 wins in a season by the Mariners.
Yeah.
And will definitely at least get close to the Yankees' 114 mark.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. Best of luck to the Dodgers. So.
Unless they go up against the Yankees.
Well, I mean, get to the 117 wins.
Okay, yeah. And then after that, screw them.
Yeah. I mean, I like to see Yankees-Dodgers in the World
Series.
Oh, yeah. My dad was a big Tommy Lasorda fan.
Yeah,
my dad put the card in his baseball hat before games.
Yeah, my dad's a Reggie Jackson fan who loved the Game 6 of that 77 World Series.
So, I think that wraps it up for this week.
Yeah, after this we'll go back to our regular solo operations for a while.
We'll be handing the camera back and forth for now. Although
we'll do this again sometime, right?
Yeah. Well, it'll be a reunion video. So
every once in a while when someone decides to go on vacation.
Hey, this is like the first vacation I've had in a while. So.
Sure.
Well, I mean, did I go to? I don't know.
All right. Anyway,
before I start babbling, thank you guys for watching. You'll see me after I turn the camera off. But then until then,
See you guys next time.
Yeah. Peace.